And we're back. Episode 16, Empty Pockets Pod. Very, very great
Playoff
ending to
time,
the
baby.
season. Very great ending to the regular season. It's playoff time. We're all pretty excited. All four of us have different teams. They're all four in, which is pretty exciting.
Pretty cool.
A lot to take in from last week and a lot of kind of NFL news, too, that's been going on. We'll get into that in a little bit, but we'll get into our records for the week. The regular season's over for us. We're going to play this into the playoffs because we're pretty close on some of us. For locks, Gage takes the lead at 9-6. Me and Billy are tied at 8-7, and Cam's at 7-8. So we're all a game or two behind. The props,
Lions, baby.
I'm in first place still with 17-13. I went 1-1 last week. Gage went 2-0, so he's 15-15. Billy's 14-16, also going 2-0, and Cam's 1-1 last week, put him at 13-17.
Which one am I doing?
You didn't. I think it was the Dak rushing touchdown. Yeah.
Oh yeah, long shot.
Yeah. Good call on the Dak passing and Stroud passing. I think you said 3 tutties, and he passed for 4 or some shit.
Yeah.
Games. So this is what's crazy. I finished 12-4 last week. Gage finished 13-3. Cam was 10-6. And we all ended 133-91. A 3-way tie. Which is pretty fucking nuts. I mean, none of us has tied all year long, and we all tied at the last, which is pretty fucking nuts. And then Billy, he's sitting at 121.99. It might not even be 99. I might have put I don't even know. It don't matter. You're out of it. I know your wins column is right.
I'll win in the playoffs.
What's real exciting too is for the first time ever, only took us 16 weeks, but we hit our lock of the week. Finally. Cam's dealing with some sort of sinus, ear infection stuff, so that's why he's kind of down and out.
Old fucking sick or hurt on this bitch.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
Cam's either sleeping or fucking injured. We got a little stuff to talk about too. We're gonna deep dive into each of the playoff games because again, we all have different teams. They're all in the playoffs, so we're all gonna kind of have a little bit of time to talk about the matchups and get into all that. But some crazy NFL news this week. Obviously, we know it's Black Monday. It came up. A lot of coaches were getting fired. Arthur Smith got let go, which some people were surprised. Some people, I think most people not really much surprised. Ron Rivera got let go, which, again, not too big a surprise. But Mike Vrabel got let go from the Titans. Gage and I were talking about that earlier, which is I think almost any team right now would gladly take Vrabel.
There's got to be, all of them got to be lined up for him. You would think, Kat.
It's
He's
crazy.
He's a player's coach.
He took Ryan Tannehill to an AFC Championship game. I mean, he's always in the playoffs. His defense always plays well. He's got Derrick Henry always to back him up. I mean, he's a great coach, and big surprise he got let go. Pete Carroll is stepping down, which is kind of crazy too. It looks like he's going to go into more administrative role. But no one really saw that coming either, I don't think. The Seahawks, I don't think they've been playing bad enough to let go of Pete Carroll. College football news too. Nick Saban retired, and obviously the whole Harbaugh deal.
Did anybody watch the Pete Carroll interview?
No, you were telling.
Not trying to downplay Saban at all, because that's probably the biggest news of the day. But
no, you were telling me a little bit.
So if you guys get a chance to go watch it, dude, he's like, I'm amped up, I'm excited, I don't know, dude's just like full of energy. Doesn't sound like a guy that's going to an advisor role. Definitely sounds like a head coach. And I saw several tweets of people saying like, this doesn't sound like an advisor. It sounds like a head coach. So I think Pete Carroll's still in the market there. So that's going to be another guy that's, I don't know. There's a lot of question marks. Is Saban really done? because NFL teams will probably throw some money at him. But he is 72. Pete Carroll, 72 years old. Is he really done? I don't know. He's still a
Bill
great coach.
Belichick.
Bill Belichick,
He
71
hasn't been
years
let
old.
go yet either, but he's
Is
up
he
in the
done,
air.
or is he done, or is he going to still coach? A lot of question marks there. So it's going to be a fun offseason. Probably one of the most fun off seasons as far as coaches and quarterbacks. This is going to be a very the off season is going to be intense. So,
Cardinals GM got fired as well. Scott Federer, or however you say it. What?
I thought it was Kime, Scott Kime.
Was
or
it?
is that maybe the GM? Was that maybe the GM?
That's who got fired, the GM. Hold on, let me pull it up.
But I think one of them left mid-year too.
Bears also. They fired Luke Getsy, their offense coordinator, their quarterbacks coach, Andrew Janko, running backs coach, Omar Young, wide receivers coach, Tolbert, and their assistant tight end coach.
But keep Eberflus.
But they kept
what
Eberflus.
I'm saying? Like, that just doesn't. I don't know. Didn't you send me the one that it was like Saleh and Eberflus today whenever they kept their job?
Yeah, after watching everyone else get fired. Yeah. It's the that meme of the boys. Yeah. Hilarious. But yeah, I mean it's pretty crazy. I agree with you, Gage. I think it's going to be really fun in the offseason. The Commanders, they also hired that guy that helped build the Golden State franchise. They're hiring one of the best in sports. It says luring 2-time NBA Executive of the Year Bob Myers to the NFL to help him run their franchises, and that's from Rapport. He said a 4-time NBA champ, Myers built the Warriors dynasty before stepping down to work in TV. Now he lands in the NFL, which is pretty crazy too. I mean, they got a big rebuild. They were kind of, again, we were talking about it all throughout the year. They started off that they could have been frisky this year, and then it seemed like they were just in tank mode towards midway through the season, getting rid of their defense. And
Commanders and New England both. Bro, why did a thumbs up bubble just? What was it?
Holy shit!
Yeah, well, I don't know. What was that?
I think you gave a thumbs up and it did like the fucking thing.
Shut up!
Dude, I swear to God, you had to have.
What was that? I've never seen that.
That was crazy.
FaceTime will do that shit too. Have you ever?
Okay, that shit was crazy. Either way, the Commanders. Oh man, Commanders and the Patriots have a lot of cap room. So whether Belichick leaves or not, that would be those two teams have the most to play with. The fucking Chargers are fucked in cap room, so it might not be an intriguing option for some people. I know Herbert's intriguing, right? But their cap room's fucked.
I've been seeing a lot of things too. People talking about who would be the most intriguing to go to, and it seems like consensus is the Chargers to be one of the most popular for one of those top head coaches to land.
Right. You go and take over. Okay, you got Herbert, right? But you have to deal with the shit scenario of cap room, and you have to play Patrick Mahomes twice a year. Not only do you have to play Patrick Mahomes twice a year, you have to play Sean Payton twice a year now. So
Gage is more just shitting his pants that if they do get someone good in there.
I don't know that the Chargers is your most intriguing option, other than Herbert. But this fucking draft is, I just said it, the coaches and QBs, this draft is so quarterback heavy. There's 7 guys that could be starters next year. I mean, easy.
Let's hold off, because I know I want to talk real bad about the draft too. After the playoffs, or maybe somewhere in the playoffs when we don't have a ton of games to talk about, we'll do a whole draft breakdown where I'll get some graphic on screen and we'll go through all the mock draft picks. And I mean, because there is a lot of good receivers, a lot of good quarterbacks. I mean, it's a lot of teams need a quarterback this year too.
Coaches is a big deal. There's a lot of coaches. A lot of
teams need a quarterback too this year. I think there was 8 or 9 quarterbacks that went out this year that season-ending injuries or,
Yeah, I mean, you don't know where Russ is going, Kirk's going, because those guys are still starters. Like, there's a lot of pieces, a lot of people moving.
yeah, I agree. It's kind of up in the air. So, you guys have anything to add?
What you got, boys, for the playoffs? The Goonies.
Yeah.
All right, wait.
Billy's going to a game.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what are you doing Saturday, Billy?
Sunday.
In the morning at about 5 a.m. I'm gonna leave out. Head on down to good old Arlington, Texas.
Who are you going with, Billy?
Me and my dad are going.
That's cool. That'll be a good one. Ooh, two more things too to bring up. First off, Jameis Winston is probably the coolest player ever. You see what he did on I know it's kind of scummy that they were in, victory formation and they ran it, but I mean the whole team rallied around Jamal Williams, who led the league last year in touchdowns in the regular season. Led the league. This year hasn't scored a touchdown. And he ends it off to Jamal Williams to get his first touchdown of the season, which is kind of cool. He's getting a lot of shit about it, but
hey, it's a rivalry game too. I don't know. Shit on him. I don't care.
Dude, yeah, I mean, plus
Artie
with Jamal
Smith was on his way out anyway.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. That was the most Jameis thing that could have happened.
They shouldn't have been getting their asses kicked and let him drive right back down the field to fucking.
Yeah.
I wish they take out the kneel, bro. I want to fucking watch football all the way to the end of the clock.
I know, bro. I feel you. Anything can happen. Anyone can fumble the football. Also, Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson changed his number from his college number to 5. He was 17, and everyone knows why. Everyone knows who one of the best receivers in the league.
If they don't retain Antonio Pierce, he's going to New York.
Well, you see, Antonio Pierce just went somewhere to interview too for a coaching spot.
I just read something like that. Giants DC, right? Giants DC, am I right?
I'll look it up. I'm not 100% sure. I know that he was getting interviews though.
He didn't go interview for a head coaching job.
No, it was Giants DC.
The Titans requested permission to interview Antonio Pierce. Looks like they for their head coaching spot.
Dude, the Raiders are dumb. Obviously, like Harbaugh's there in the waiting, but they are so dumb if they don't fucking keep him. The players, like you have Devontae Adams, top 5 receiver in the fucking game, and wants him. Like, just keep him. Let him go a year. You have 1 year with him. Really. I mean, if he doesn't make the playoffs, because he had this year, if he doesn't make the playoffs next year, you move on. But I don't know. I'm not a Raiders fan. Hate the Raiders. They can do whatever the fuck they want. But obviously, if the players are fucking rooting for him like that, you kind of have to. And he's proven he can win some big games. Checked off 2 boxes there. Players win big games.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. I think another thing we have to talk about is the script writing for this NFL playoffs, this Super Wildcard weekend. We have Stafford returning home to play the Lions. I think that's probably one of the biggest stories. People are saying it's Jared Goff's revenge game. People are saying it's, Stafford's revenge game. It should be awesome
Either way,
to watch.
I think that's the best game out of
best storyline.
And the Rams are hot. The Rams are as hot as they can be right now. The Lions have kind of had their ups and downs late. I don't think they've really been able to. They've been up and down ever since that Thanksgiving loss. I feel like they've been pretty. I think
that's what kicked them into gear.
But
and then they had the dumb L against the Cowboys.
Right.
They should have won.
Either way, I think that it should be a really good game. Packers Cowboys, Mike McCarthy. It's always, all the history between the Cowboys and the Packers. And then obviously Mike McCarthy, who was the head coach of the Packers for a long time. Them playing down in Dallas or Arlington. And Browns Texans. I mean, the Browns took on Deshaun Watson, with that. Texans looking like the...
Yeah, that's kind of an underlying one.
I mean, and Chiefs, Dolphins, Tyreek returning back to Arrowhead. I mean, so many good storylines, so many things to look out for. Always, obviously that all affects with betting too and stuff. I mean, you always want to look for some of those storylines or some of those players that historically go off or have something to prove or have something to gain from that stuff. So,
Do you got the
but
stats for the Chiefs or the stats we talked about, Garrett, in front of you?
oh yeah, let me pull those up. Well,
All I
let's do
know
it
is
when we get to the game.
that
You want to
fucking
do? Yeah, we'll do that for the Chiefs game.
game is gonna be cold.
That's gonna
They
be.
said it's probably going to be a Chiefs record-breaking game as far as temperature.
Like negative
Yeah,
zero. Or like
Yeah.
zero.
it's gonna feel like -17 or some
Negative
shit.
0, huh?
Stupid as fuck.
You are stupid as fuck.
Oh,
First game though, let's get into the games. First
Zero.
game,
Let's go.
Browns, Texans at home. Like we were just saying, Deshaun Watson traded from the Texans. Texans shouldn't have done anything this year. The Texans were the worst team in the NFL last year. One of them. Them and the Bears, I'd say.
What a
And
turnaround.
I mean, they get Stroud, they get Tank Dell, Nico Collins is popping off. I mean, the team's playing well
Players
together.
coach.
Head coach, yeah. I mean, they're all meshing really, really well. And then you look at the Browns, one of the top 3 defenses in the NFL this year. Joe Flacco's return. I mean, they had like 3 or 4 different quarterbacks that they used throughout the season, and Joe Flacco finally clicked at the end. Pretty exciting. The Browns are favored -2.5 away. Gage, who do you have for your pick?
Start with me.
We have to. We got to switch it up a little bit because we're so tight.
Yeah. So my heart, I'll start off with, Flacco was sitting on his fucking couch. And this man's comes in here and has one of the best defenses in the league, right? And he knows that. Not only does he manage the game, this motherfucker takes one-on-one shots like it's nothing. Stroud is him. He showed everybody. I said it last week. That was the game. He's going to show everybody he's him. Last drive. Fucking penalty after penalty after penalty. Stroud making throw after throw. Nico Collins. Unbelievable. Like, fucking looked like Calvin Johnson that game. No fucking lie.
100%.
I love the Texans, and my heart really wants to say Texans, but I think it's their run's over. They got to the playoffs.
yeah, I'm blocking.
I don't think the defense is quite there. I don't think the offensive line is quite there. I'm going Browns money line. I'm not taking. If I were to bet, I'm not taking. I know we're doing just picks. We're going just picks here today.
No overs, no unders, just straight up
No overs,
picks.
no unders, no spreads. We'll talk about the spreads if we'd like. I don't like the spread. I like just the money line. I do think it's going to be a tight game because Stroud is that guy. He makes plays when he has to make plays, and his guys are on board with it. His team's on board with it. But man, Flacco, Fling, and Cooper, they're coming off some big games. I think they're going to have another one. The defense as well. The defense is just Myles Garrett. Fucking who's this Ward? They got all sorts of dogs on that defense. All sorts of dogs.
I agree with you. I think it's gonna be a really close game. Should be a good game. I feel like with the Browns defense, it might be a lower scoring game, but I'm the opposite, dude. CJ Stroud has proven himself over and over and over again this year, showing that he is the clutch man. I mean, the guy's so. The only thing I hate about Stroud is all of the free my dad bullshit that he keeps doing. I think he needs to kind of lay that to rest a little bit. But
for what? He's in jail, prison. Yeah, free his fucking dad, bro. Hell yeah, free his dad. That's my dog.
I'm not gonna get into it, but either way, I'm taking Texans, bro. I think the Texans are at home. This is gonna be a packed fucking game. When's the last time the Texans have had home field advantage in the playoffs? I think it's going to be a good game. Fans are going to be there. Fans are going to be loud. Stroud's going to go play it like any other game, and I think he's going to lead the game-winning drive to win the game. So I'm going with the Texans money line.
Oh man,
This is a tough game.
Yeah, these are all close. I mean, they all can go either way.
They're all tight. Besides maybe Bills Steelers, but
yeah.
Oh. Both these teams can score. For that reason, I'm leaning more towards the Browns just because of the defense. So I think I'm gonna go Browns. I think
the Browns.
I'm with Gage. I think I want to go Browns because I think that they have a better defense and they're I don't know they're a little bit older team. I mean that they've been there. Flacco's won a Super Bowl. He's been in this position before, but I'm with my heart on this one, dude. I really think Stroud's gonna really make his name. Cam, are you right there with me?
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's no way in hell I'm going against them now, bro. I think I maybe picked against them like 2 times this year.
I remember once only specifically, but
yeah, and I think it was just.
I don't think any of us ever like picked against our team.
No, I mean I did it like it was at the beginning of the season, and they were going up against I don't know who it was. We got our asses fucking kicked, so dub obviously, but yeah, no, CJ Stroud is daddy. Daddy's gonna take us to the next round, where we'll probably lose, but high hopes.
I love it. It's already split. I love it. Dolphins Chiefs, and I'll bring up. I'll pick first on this one. It's really easy for me. I'm going Chiefs here in Arrowhead. They've been dogs kind of leading up into it. Obviously no one's going to count out the Chiefs. You can't ever say that, oh, they're counting us out. That's bullshit. No one's going to count out the Chiefs in the playoffs, but the Chiefs haven't been looking great. But the QB comparison, just for the weather, we know it's going to be a freezing game. Patrick Mahomes is 10-1 in temps 40 and below with a 94.1% passer rating, including the playoffs. Whereas Tua is 6-13 in temperatures just under 70 degrees. And he's 0-4 in under 40 degrees with a 57% passer rating. The Dolphins together are 0-10 in temperatures below 40 degrees. It's the longest losing streak in the NFL. So, right. So, with that, I mean, it should be a pretty easy. The Dolphins needed to win last week. The Dolphins needed to win last week to keep their home field advantage, to win the division. They lost last week in a game that they probably should have won. I mean, Josh Allen was throwing picks left and right last week. They should have won. The only way the Dolphins can come out winning this game is if their speedsters actually take control of the game. I mean, if Tyreek Hill has a couple of breakout plays, Achane gets out to the outside, Mostert gets the outside, that if Waddle's healthy and back, but if they don't have all of those speedy pieces, this team does not look like the team that they are. The Patriots, hold on, I have something here too. It's probably one of those just funny stats, but the Patriots beat more teams above 500 than the Dolphins have this season. I mean, just think about that.
That's insane.
It's absolutely insane. But
that's insane.
Either way, I mean, yeah, easy pick for me. Going with the Chiefs all the way.
So I'm not gonna lie. I love the stats. I wanted you to talk about them. It does scare me a little bit because I feel like the more you talk about these stats, the more you're going to have to give a guy a chip on his shoulder. Tua and Tyreek are those type of guys. They are competitors. The Dolphins are super banged up, man. That defense is super banged up. Even Tyreek and Waddle are a little banged up. Mostert's a little banged up. Hell, Achane just came off an injury not too long ago. I mean, those guys are all hurting. They're all banged up. They're all coming to play in a very cold game. 100% taking Chiefs here. Don't really have a worry in the world. The only worry I have is all the chatter. Because typically, but like I've been saying kind of all the last 5 weeks, we were kind of, and we would be, if this is a 70-degree game, everybody would be talking about how we're going to get beat. but this is a 0-degree game, and I think it's swaying our way. So the only thing I would hate is everybody fucking picks us and then we lose. That's kind of the fear there. But other than that, I'm not scared. I think Pacheco's going to have a fucking huge game. I think he's ready, primed for the playoffs. I think we're going to ride him all night Saturday.
Oh,
Yeah, bud. We're going to ride him, bud, all night. Pop, Pacheco. Oh, yeah. But yeah, Chiefs, I'm confident. I'm super confident. I love it. I can't wait to get to the next round. I can't wait to get to the next round. And then I'll see y'all in the bowl. I can't wait.
Yeah, you heard it here first from our Chiefs guy.
We match up so well against every team. I mean, we've beaten every team. If we can, as long as we win this Saturday, whether it's Bills, Ravens, like whatever game we go to play, I've always had Lamar's number. I think he might have beat us one time, but we've always had Lamar's number. He just doesn't match up well with our linebackers. As far as the Dolphins go, Tyreek, we saw it in Germany. They don't match up well against our corners, against our linebackers. And then the Bills, same way. We lock down Diggs, and our linebackers, our defense is good. I mean, we've got to figure out the offensive side of the ball, which I think in this cold weather, you just feed old Pacheco the pill, man. Just feed him the pill, let him do his thing, and I think we'll be fine.
Billy, who do you got?
I'm rocking Chiefs too. The cold weather is a dead giveaway. I think, and to be honest, I really don't think it's going to be close. I don't think it'll be high scoring though. Man, it's going to be hard to want to throw the ball, fucking 40
It's
yards.
supposed to be windy too, very windy.
It's just not going to be ultimate weather to be fucking throwing the ball 35 fucking times. It's not. It's going to be a fucking fuck. I want to say the good pick in this game is probably going to be the under. They're going to fucking be running the ball like no fucking fucking crazy. I mean, it's just going to, I don't know. I feel like the game's going to go by pretty fast. And probably honestly, unless there's some like big plays here and there, I think it's going to be a boring ass game because we're going to just see old school fucking football, hand the fucking ball and just letting fucking people make plays. So we'll see though. Hopefully, I don't know. Is it supposed to be snowing or anything, or is it just cold weather?
I don't know if there's gonna be snow. I don't know that, but I know it's supposed to be.
They got a little bit this week, but I mean, I don't think snow. I think it's just gonna be cold.
This is gonna be that game where you're gonna see them going for it for 4th and 3 on their 30-yard line. Just because they can't kick the field goal. Because it's supposed to be pretty high winds.
Unless you got butt kicker back there, but yeah,
he's been a little on and off lately.
Not this year, bud. Last year he was off.
This year, bud.
This year, not this year.
Cam, who do you got? Cam, are you riding the Chiefs as well?
Yeah. Fuck the Dolphins.
4-0. You said what?
Fuck the Dolphins.
Yeah, I would have liked you to have gone Dolphins, Cam. Thank you, though.
Yeah, I was going to, but I mean, just because you picked against the Texans. Well, that's all right.
Yeah. First Sunday game. So those are the two.
My heart wants to say Texans. I like the Texans.
Those are the two Saturday games. First Sunday game, Steelers at Bills. Bills are favored -10. Couple of fun things about the Steelers. I think the Steelers without TJ Watt, they're broken. I mean, I don't think that they can keep up. Tomlin, what a fantastic job in his whole coaching career. Have always been above 500. Has always gotten to not always, but usually gets into the playoffs somehow, some way. What's pretty crazy is their whole division, the AFC North, above 500. Records. All were above 500 this year. It's the first time in a really long time a whole division was all above 500, and 3 of those teams are in the playoffs. So I mean,
even the Joe Burrow-less Bengals.
Yeah, I mean the Browns, Ravens, and the Steelers all in the playoffs. Pretty crazy. Mason Rudolph though is the guy in Pittsburgh. I think it's. I mean, he's 3-0 since starting.
I don't know about next year, but for now,
I think so. I think that they're going to keep giving him a chance. He's slinging the ball. He's finding his guys, which they haven't been able to do all year long. And the Steelers also killed the Jags. The Jags, after the terrible towel incident, that the Jaguars disrespected the terrible towel, the let's see, they took the Jags spot to get in after the Jags lost. I mean, the Jaguars started 8-3, and then they went 1-5 to end the year. I mean, the Jaguars had the biggest choke.
Yeah, I think they did exactly what. Didn't they fire their OCs and stuff too? Just kept Peterson though.
See, and we don't disrespect the terrible towel, man. I got this back when I was living in Pennsylvania, back when we went to a Packers-Steelers game. So always respect terrible towel. Packers won the Super Bowl that year. Either way, I'm going with the Bills though, 100%. I mean, without T.J. Watt,
Yeah.
I think that this isn't going to be much of a contest. I mean, it's a playoff game, so these teams are going to both play hard and play well, but -10 is a huge spread. I don't know about the spread. I'd like the Steelers to cover that maybe, but I don't see the Bills letting off. The Bills are probably one of the hotter teams right now going into the weekend.
If the Steelers had Watt, if the Steelers had Watt, I'm definitely taking them to cover. But I think being in Buffalo and other places, it's probably gonna be really cold. Gonna be probably a run, another game. Allen running the ball, probably throwing a couple picks. I'm really not much on the spread, but that's probably your best value here. Either way, I'm gonna take the Bills. With T.J. Watt, this is a game. This is 100% a game with T.J. Watt.
I agree.
But without him, I just don't see it. I know it sounds crazy. You think, that he's just an outside linebacker. He's not that huge of a difference. Dude, that man is a huge difference. They got
he leads the league in sacks this year. I mean, he's insane.
He's unbelievable. Probably better than JJ. I think he's better than JJ.
I think JJ's admitted that. So. Billy, who do you got?
I'm going to take Bills as well. I honestly don't think this one will be very close either. Gosh, I don't know. I guess I haven't watched enough of the Steelers this year. Oh, Mason Rudolph. God, I just can't see him winning a playoff game.
With his big-ass head.
There's no way. Fuck, yeah. I think it grew a little bit after Myles Garrett fucking donked him. But I don't.
It's not funny.
It kind of is.
It's not fun.
But yeah, I just don't see. I think there's a way. You take away, arguably easily your best defensive player, and I mean it's just gonna expose them. Fucking James Cook probably gonna have fucking.
Arguably the best defensive player in the league. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely without question, DPOI. I think that's. I don't think it's close right now, to be honest. But yeah,
there's some. Yeah, but I agree. I think it's
he was actually not favored as Myles Garrett.
I think Myles Garrett is the favorite, but
there's a lot more that goes into it. I know I think he's lead. I'm pretty sure he got 17 sacks. I think it was the last game before he got hurt. So I'm pretty sure he's leading the league in sacks. But yeah, I there's a lot more obviously that goes into it. But yeah, he's the guy. So Cam, are you riding the Bills too?
Yes, sir.
It's pretty easy, huh?
Easy one.
Real easy. Time for the game. The game, obviously the game of the week.
Yep.
Easily the game of the week. It's got the two hottest quarterbacks playing. Top two in touchdowns. Dak's got 34, 36. Jay Love's got 32.
He's got 36.
I mean, the top two in the league scoring quarterbacks. Packers are hot. Packers are real hot. Really fucking hot right now. Aaron Jones is hot. Aaron Jones, the last 3 games, has led the league in rushing. After all of his injuries, after all his doubts this year, he's led the league in rushing. He's averaging over 120 yards per game. And let me tell you, Aaron Jones against the Cowboys, let's see, he's got 62 carries. He's averaging against the Cowboys 123 yards per game, 6 yards per carry, 6 touchdowns, and he's 3-0. He had a game where he did something no one has ever done to the Cowboys. He scored 4 tutties on the Cowgirls. We, the Packers, are going into Jerry's World We're going to win this game. We're going to play spoiler. We're going to go in there. It's going to be a shootout game. We're going to win the game. We're the youngest team in the playoffs ever. We're vibing right now. Jair's back. The Packers are winning this game, and you cannot convince me in any other way. This was a dub of a year for the Packers. We made the playoffs when all the reports coming into the year, we lost Aaron Rodgers. We're going to be a horrible team. We're not going to see greatness for years. Fuck that, bro. We have greatness in Jordan Love, and we're going to win the fucking Cowboys game. Easy. Easiest fucking pick of my life. Easiest pick. I'm slamming this game. The Cowboys are favored minus 7.5, which I think is a little disrespectful, but I'll take it. Give us more dogs.
Prediction.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of another heart thing here.
Wow.
My heart says the Pack's upsetting them.
You got to go with your heart in one of these, Gage.
As far as betting goes, I like the Pack to cover. I like
We're
them
not
to cover
picking
the spread.
covers.
For the pick, I'm going to say the boys win this one. They lose in the next round, though. My prediction, though, I said I got a prediction. Packers lose on some bullshit in Jerry's world. Same shit as Dan Campbell and the Lions. Prediction. That's what the Packers lose off of. Should be a dub, but not going to be a dub because they're in Jerry's world.
Lost a lot of respect for you after that pick, but go ahead, Billy. Go ahead and say what you need to say about the Cowboys.
Let me start off respectful.
Don't start respectful. No, don't start respectful.
I think the Packers have had an amazing year.
Absolutely. Sunday night.
Over to, you know.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, the prank call's crazy.
Yeah.
Succeeded over expectations. I mean, especially making it even to the fucking playoffs as the youngest overall NFL team. Like, that's exciting because you got fucking, you got the pieces. You just got to find, some fucking leadership, some fucking, X factors, maybe some vets, fucking spice things up. But that's really cool. However, I think the Cowboys, arguably playing some of the best ball, winning the close ones, it's a little bit of adversity. A game, they deserve to win. The Lions. I don't know.
No. Tell me real quick.
Yeah.
You say they deserve to win. How do the Cowboys deserve to win more than the Packers deserve to win?
You know how long this drought has been, and I'm so tired of they're stuck in the 90s. This is their year. Like, man, something feels different, actually. I'm not going to say this is our year. We're going to fucking go win the Super Bowl, but this team is different.
So you doubt your team. You don't think your team's Super Bowl.
I'm not saying that, but I'm not going to.
No, he's just a Cowboys fan. He's used to it, bro. He's used to being let down.
I think they'll win. I think they can win the whole thing. However, I'm not going to say that right now, as we're fucking week one in the playoffs. But
so you think that the Cowboys aren't a good enough team to win the Super Bowl? So why, if they're not a good enough team to win the Super Bowl, then why do they deserve to win over the Packers, who are a good enough team to win the Super Bowl?
Packers had a good run. It's time for them to pack up. Did not mean to do that. Anyways, back on.
A little wordplay there.
The Cowboys deserve this after everything else they've been through. Let's be honest. They're the most hated team in the NFL for no reason. Dak is the most, even though he's getting a little recognition this year, still an underrated quarterback because everyone's overhated because he has a star on the side of his helmet. That's just it. If he was on fucking any other team, he probably would have just won MVP. And that's me being honest. But they're not. I'm speaking facts, bro. Straight facts.
You think I'm delusional from what I said? You are delusional.
I'm not saying Lamar didn't deserve it because record at the end of the day is not going to lie. He succeeded, got the 1 seed. But looking at the fucking books, you can't tell me Lamar had a better year than that.
How? Have you seen what he's done on the run?
Yeah, dude.
Did you see what?
We have running backs for that.
Yeah, they do too, but they also have a quarterback that can do it.
He's a better runner than the running back. So yeah, of course he's gonna run.
Debatable.
Let me back.
He fumbles.
Anyway, I'm gonna take the Cowboys.
Are you
Very
sure?
comfortably. I think
Sure.
7.5 is a little disrespectful. I don't think they blow them out, but I don't think this is going to be us sitting fucking, I don't even know, on the 30-yard line. Jordan Love has a chance to fucking throw it in the end zone to win the game. I don't think it's going to be that close, but I don't think we're fucking blowing you out by fucking 20.
So, okay, fine. You're taking the Cowboys. I just have one last question. You need to clarify one thing. Are the Cowboys capable? Are the Cowboys capable to win the Super Bowl? Or are they incapable of winning the Super Bowl?
No, I think the Cowboys are. Yeah, I think they are. I think it's a very big mental thing with them because I'm fucking every year they end. Well, so the past 2 times they've ended 12-5, they've lost to the 49ers. I think that's a mental hump. They can't beat them. They haven't beat them. I don't say they can't. They haven't.
So the Cowboys are going to lose the 49ers.
No, that's all I'm saying. I think it's a mental thing. I think like they're Goliath. I'm not worried about anyone on that AFC side. I think for sure
Shit, son.
It is the Super Bowl is either the 49ers or the Cowboys to lose. It's one of theirs.
So you're not that confident in your team.
We'll restart this conversation next week when we're still talking about my team again, a different game.
Okay, after we're done going over the games, I would like to make a little side bet with you on this game.
I like that.
Deal?
Fair. Yeah,
huh?
I'll be there. Yeah.
All right, bet. All right, Cam, what do you got? Sorry about that.
So, little backstory. Last year, Gage and I, we had a pretty sick bet during the playoffs. First
We're cooking.
Came down to the fucking boys game, and I was like, this shit's a lot. We better get paid out. How much was it? I would put 100 on it to win $700. Those 4 teams. The Cowboys cost me that money, and I'm still not over it. So, give me the Packers.
Cameron, I love you.
I love the split there. This is my big leg. Honestly, I'm just gonna keep track of the playoffs when I'm, leading the league in picks. Minus me and Gage right now, we're on each other's dicks.
Yeah, you are riding Gage's picks. You're riding him like fucking crazy. You're riding him like
we're probably picking the same stuff.
You're riding him like the Chiefs are about to ride Pacheco on Saturday. Rams Lions. Another really big game.
Huge.
A lot of storyline here. Obviously, with Stafford coming back, it's the biggest thing. Jared Goff. I mean, this game, I love this game. I absolutely love this game. I think it's going to be a good game. I'm so conflicted of where I want to go this game. I'm so conflicted of where I want to go. I think the Rams are the hottest they've been. And if we're doing a weird Super Bowl, we're not picking the 49ers and the Ravens in the Super Bowl. I think everyone probably, if you were to say 2 teams in the Super Bowl, those would be probably most people's 2 teams, right? At least here, I'm sure most of you guys, or you would maybe say Chiefs. But I'm saying if there was a weird scenario of 2 teams that was not expected to get in the Super Bowl, I would put Rams as one of those teams. Because they're playing some of the hottest they've played. Puka and Kyron Williams, not only what they're doing offensively has been great, but with the receiving and running, but their blocking is elite. I don't know if you watch Puka block or you watch Kyron Williams block. These guys are blocking on very, very high levels for how young that they are and how new that they are into the league, which is their team's obviously vibing. Stratford can always keep a team in the game. But the Lions, on the other hand, they have the like I said, probably one of the better running back duos in the entire league. They have a ton of weapons on the offense. Their defense is playing very well. This game, I'm so up in the air. So, Cam, what's your pick this game?
Yeah. Got him.
Lions.
Just like that, huh? Any explanation or no?
I don't think there's one needed, honestly. Rams are bitches.
It's just it's the Lions' year. I mean it is the Lions' year. I mean, NFC North champions, first time ever.
I didn't think they'd get this far, to be honest with you. So,
Billy, who do you got?
I'm going to Rams. Oh, and I don't know. I think it's more of this has been a really weird year. I think every team, even who were at the top, had those weeks where they were not playing good football. But I think when
Got the Texans
when
pretty
it
good
came to
all
lows,
year.
the Lions had a bad low, and it started with them losing Thanksgiving Day. Truthfully, I don't think they were ever the same team. That kind of fucked with them. So I don't think they're as good as we think they are. So that's my main reason
Yeah,
why.
I mean, I agree with you there.
I'm gonna disagree.
You're going Lions. I know you are. You've been riding their cocks all year.
I don't.
That is true. This is my walk-away win.
Lions, Cleveland.
Big cock lock of the week. We aren't doing locks this week, but if we were, this probably be it. Anyway, now I love what the Rams have become. They were really banged up, but you got to think the Rams haven't played like their full team healthy together at all this year. Besides a few weeks, and the few weeks they had, they fucking. I mean, that week against the Ravens is like one to remember. You know, they gave the Ravens. It was our watch party, live watch party. Those of you that tuned in.
Mm-hmm.
The Ravens Rams. That was a hell of a game. Well, probably one of the games of the year.
And you said it from the beginning. You said that.
I did. I put a little lay. They were plus 300, 200 something before the game. I put in a little lay with the Rams just for shits and grins. I'm like, you know what? Ravens might lose this one. But I love the offense that the Rams have, and I love what they've become, and they have a great coach. Sean McVay's a great coach. Fuck, there was arguments a year or two ago of him hanging it up, bro, and going to Fox or whatever. I just don't think the defense has enough to stop the Lions' offense. Those two running backs, St. Brown, Laporta is banged up, but I think he's going to play. Even if he's not, I just think that offense is too good. And it's this revenge game's got to be real for Goff, got to be real for Dan Campbell. I think when you're looking at matters of who needs it more or who wants it more, I'm gonna give it to the Lions in the aspect the Rams already got theirs, right? They already went and won their Super Bowl. They already went and won that trade. You could say that it was a great trade. It's panned out for both teams, but you could already say that the Rams already won it. They went and won a Super Bowl. What else do you why else do you go make moves like that to win a fucking bowl? They already did it. In this case, I'm saying the Lions want it more. They did their deed. They got to the playoffs. Now you got to win a game, Dan Campbell. And he's been – y'all can say what you want about the end of the season. Other than the Cowboys game and the Packers game, this team's been fucking blowing people out, and they should have won that fucking Cowboys game. So I'm going Lions here. It is going to be a tight one. I think it's going to be a fight. The Rams came on late. They're healthy. This is it's crazy. They're healthy, right? You got Kyron, Cooper, Puka, all of them out there. So I think it's going to be a game of the week probably.
Gage, they probably should have, but they didn't. Right? They didn't. The Cowboys won that game. The Lions lost. Just like how the Lions lost to the Packers on Thanksgiving. And just like how the Rams have been elite. They've been running the football. They have Puka Nacua, who came out of fucking nowhere and is elite. With Cooper Kupp. I mean, he's outplayed Cooper Kupp this year. I mean, think about it.
Cooper's been hurt a lot, but I think a lot of Puka's success is off of Cooper, though. Like, I think Cooper's a guy that you go in and learn from, and he's very smart. He's intelligent. He teaches. He's taught him a lot. And Puka said it on the Pat McAfee show.
Even when he's been healthy, Puka has been that wide receiver one on that offense.
Yeah. He's been good.
I think Stafford's better than Goff. I think McVay has been here, has done that. And so is a lot of these players on this team. You still, their defense might not be as good as the Lions, but they still have Aaron Donald. I mean, I'm going with the Rams, dude. I have to. I love this team. I like this team a lot. Like I said, if it was a weird thing, I would pick the Rams in the bowl.
If the Rams can fix their defense next year and stay healthy, they're probably going to be right up there again with the Niners and everybody.
I agree. Yeah, that another split one, but that's good. I like it.
Yeah, 2-2.
For all splits.
Other than the
besides some of the
Bills, Chiefs.
Bills Chiefs, yeah. Last game, Monday night, Eagles, Bucks. Eagles -3, Bucks at home. I mean, this one, another one for me is hard, especially after last week. It makes it even harder. The Bucks scored 9 points, couldn't get into the end zone once against the Carolina Panthers. And then the Eagles went and got shit on by Tyrod Taylor and the fucking Giants. The Eagles looked horrible. They looked horrible. Jalen Hurts got banged up. His finger was pointing in like 6 different directions, and then he came back out there and threw an interception. I mean, that team as I love it. I am a Philly hater. I hate all Philly sports.
Baker's
Fuck Philly
got the
sports.
fucking Zins in his pocket. He's on the Zinnies.
There was actually some review, and it looks like it was a metal can. People were actually a little offended that people now went straight to Zins instead of the real shit.
Oh, he might be a little Cope and Schlugen never hurt nobody.
That's some wintergreen long cut, bub.
Yeah.
But either way, this game's really, really hard for me to pick. Again, Billy, who's your pick this week?
This is actually really easy for me. I'm going Bucks. I'm choosing the upset. The Eagles are fucking spiraling directly at the wrong time. They're hurt now. I don't even know how A.J. Brown's doing. Fucking Hurts is obviously hurt. Came back in after hurting his finger immediately threw a pick. I don't think he's going to be able to really throw the ball around like they're going to need to. And yeah, putting up 9 points against Carolina, I mean, yeah, that's a good defense though. So I'm not really shaming it that much. Carolina's defense, if you go back and look, because Cole fucking, who was on here 2 weeks ago, he's a fucking Panthers fan, but he pulled up stats and it does back it up. They didn't let a fucking quarterback throw over like fucking, I don't know. They had the average quarterback through 180 yards against them. I mean, they have a really good secondary, so I'm not going to put it on them at all. But I think the Bucks, honestly, this is probably one of my favorite picks against us. I don't know. I say charting in the wrong direction team. So
your favorite dog?
Yeah, the Eagles fucking hate him as much as you do, probably a little bit more. But
I don't know. I live there.
I fucking hate the Eagles, 49ers, there's certain teams that I fucking hate. And I'll give them respect when they look like they're going to win. But this is like one of those situations I really think they're done.
I was a wee little boy wanting to go to my first NFL game in Philadelphia to watch the Packers. But my dad ended up selling the tickets because the week before, Philly was throwing D batteries at fucking fans of the other team because they lost. Ever since that,
guy gets shot, killed outside.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. But
okay,
ever since that day, I have had an inherent hate for any Philly team. And just Philly fans in general are fucking scumbags, scum of the earth.
Just like Miami fans. Like scumbags.
Just scumbags. Anyways, Cam, what's your pick?
So,
Billy, you might need to get the nurse.
He's got to set up for this one, boys.
What is it?
I have to go Eagles.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, that's probably
that's together for this game, and the next few, honestly. Well, next one. I don't think they'll make it farther than that, but
easy. I mean, they were in the Super Bowl last year.
Huh?
They were in the Super Bowl last year. I mean, they should win this fucking game. Nurse! He's hurting. Gage, who do you got?
Man, I really like Baker and the Bucks. I really
Gage
do.
is a Philly fan, so fuck Gage. But anyways,
I really do. The Eagles' second half of the season is it reminds me of the Jaguars. I mean, they fucking completely just lost it. I mean, they lost. They just shit the fucking bed. It's a playoff game. Yeah, they're banged up. But them boys are going to dress. They're all dogs. They still have the team to do it. They're not going to go out like this. They're going to beat the Bucks. But they are. I mean, it's a tough game. They're banged up. Jalen Hurts hasn't played at all like Jalen Hurts. The offensive scheme has been lackluster. The scheme, they aren't mixing plays up. They're really missing their OC that went to Indy. Head coach did a great job year one without fucking his guy. But I just don't know that it's enough for the Bucks. I don't think that the Bucks can pull this one off, but we'll see. We'll see. It's going to be a great game. A lot of fire. I mean, Mike Evans, Rashad White. Rashad White finished top 5 in fantasy RB or something stupid. You would have never guessed.
Very high in PPR, yeah.
Yeah, fantasy winner for some people. Mike Evans, unbelievable season again. And Baker got paid. Congratulations. So really, honestly, the hot team, the hot hands, the Bucks. But I just the Birds got to snap out of it at some point. I feel like this is the game. They snap out of it. It's all or nothing because Sirianni's even kind of on the hot seat. I've heard some rumors of him being on the hot seat. And I think that's all garbage, right? The guy just took you to a Super Bowl, but
I agree with you. I also think that the Eagles have to snap out of it. The Eagles, I mean, they were in the Super Bowl last year. They have the players. They got AJ Brown. They got Jalen Hurts. They got the tush push all year. They have that offensive line, probably the best offensive line in the league. But I cannot wait to see Sirianni cry on the sidelines when the Bucks beat the Eagles, because fuck the Eagles. They're horrible. And I cannot wait for another Philadelphia team to destroy the hearts of Philly fans. And this time, first round of the playoffs after coming off of a Super Bowl loss. I'm going Bucks all the way. Baker should get comeback player of the year. I mean, he's proven it all year long. He brought that team to the playoffs.
I agree. It's Flacco or Hamlin, but I'm with you. It's Baker all day.
Hamlin played one fucking game, bro.
Got
Fuck
cut.
that.
Came back and won his fucking division, bro.
Yeah,
that's some dog shit.
That's
He's
dog.
a dog.
That's dog. Yeah, I mean I like it. We're all split. It's 2-2 except 2 games. All split. Billy, let's think of a little. I kind of have an idea for our matchup, but is there anything you thought of that you would like to do as a?
Honestly, I wasn't even thinking about it. What you got?
I'm thinking. So next week for the podcast, if the Packers win or the Packers lose, I have to do it. Packers win, you have to do it. We have to write up and present a little segment about the opposite team this year, and basically all of the good that the team has done this year. Like if the Packers lose, I would have to go in depth on Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, Micah Parsons, go into all the stats and bring up and really be just a Cowboys rider next week.
That seems fair.
Same for you. You got to do it. I don't want if the Packers end up losing. I can't have you bitch out on it. I can't have a little 2-second segment of.
If the Packers lose, I ain't gotta worry about it. So I'm chilling. Yeah, we can do it.
I bet. Perfect. So that's settled. We'll do a whole little segment before we get into the next games next week about it.
It's good. Make a report.
Prop hunt in a second. I did want to bring up what Billy said. Dylan Isaacs was the fan that was murdered last weekend outside of the Hard Rock Stadium.
So shitty, dude. Just fucking stupid.
He was only 30. He left. He had no kids or no wife. He just had his mother and younger brother. But I mean, this is Miami fans now is 2 divisional rivals they've murdered. I mean, it's unacceptable. Completely unacceptable.
Straight up, dude. It's gone too far. Every game, it don't matter what game you go to. There's, fights and in today's world, dude, you can't trust anybody, and it's just stay on your fucking, I don't know. Just everybody be safe. Go in the game. If you're at any games, be safe and try to keep to yourself. Have fun, but try to keep to
Yeah, I
yourself.
mean, we
It's just,
go to the rivals are what make sports fun, or add
yeah,
more
but
fun to
it's
sports.
just yeah, it gets taken too far whenever somebody gets fucking killed.
Yeah, I mean, I hate
Just-
Philly fans. I hate Bears fans. I never in my mind would I ever think about killing an opposite. I mean, people are people too. So, yeah, again, that's ridiculous. But
R.I.P.
yeah, R.I.P. Prop hunt. We got some props this week.
Prop hunt.
I'm going with what I was hyping up earlier. I'm riding Pacheco over in yards this week. I think it's somewhere in the lower 60s is his line. I'm going over on the Pacheco yards, and I'm riding Pacheco anytime touchdown. I think those are hits. Those are in all of my lays this week, or most of my lays this week. Obviously, I can't put in all, but
Yeah, so
I'm confident.
man, I have a lot of props I like this week. My two favorite are the Pacheco tutty, and that was one. And guys, I really like it. It's been 2 consecutive weeks Chris Jones has had a sack. I really like Chris Jones for a sack this week. This could be his last game in Arrowhead. Even if we win, even if we win, he might not see Arrowhead ever again. So, I expect to see a Chris Jones sack and a Pacheco tutty. But it's kind of, I feel bad not putting in anything else in the games. But I like some other props. I like Aaron Jones is over. I like
his
Aaron
over
Jones
as well.
probably for a tutty. I like both the running backs on the Lions. But I like Dallas. Yeah, there's a few different things I like, but if going through here, I feel bad just leaving out all the other 5 games. But Pacheco and Jones are my 2 favorite props. I like them both.
I also love Nico Collins tutty and a Njoku tutty.
Yeah, but that Nico Collins boy. I told y'all at the beginning he played different last week. That guy looked.
He's been playing different all
he
year.
looked like Calvin Johnson out there, boys. Like he's been like so good when he's healthy, but he's been banged up all year, and it's like you miss him for 2-3 weeks, and then he's like back out there putting up 200 yards, and it's like
it's crazy.
It's
fun to watch.
Did y'all see JJ got 1,000 in under? Was it 10 games or 10 games got 1,000 yards?
It's crazy.
Yeah, fucking nuts. He's a freak. What you got, Goonies? Prop pump.
I have to stick to one game also. Man, dude, the Cowboys played good at AT&T Stadium, and I'm gonna get to fucking be there in person to watch it happen. I'm gonna take Dax over on his passing tutties, whether the line's at 1.5 or 2.5. They fucking love fucking putting up 40 at home. And CD anytime tutty, whether it's on the ground or through the air, he's scored 8 out of the last 9 games.
I thought it was 9. Wasn't it 9 straight games with a touchdown?
He's been scoring.
I thought it was 8 out of 9. Either way.
Yeah, I think it's 9, dude. He's scoring 9.
Billy, you want me to remind you that Jair Alexander is fully back and healthy as well?
You want me to pull up the stats of what he did the last time they met in 22?
You can, but we can also just look at this weekend.
No, let me go back.
Is it similar to the 62 carries, 123 yards per game,
Ooh.
6 yards per carry,
Jones
6 touchdowns, and 3-0?
Jones has been a dog against him.
Cam, what are your props?
I got CJ throwing 2 and Nico Collins anytime tutty.
Yeah, I mean, those are I like those too. I mean, it's playoff time. Everyone's going to be leaving everything out in the field. So obviously, all we can hope for all these games are overs are hitting, big plays are getting made. You're getting hyped watching every single game. There's no games on at the same time. You can watch every single game.
So upset to my fellow Arrowhead friends and fans. I will not be attending Saturday. Very upset about it, but we'll recover.
We'll recover.
Don't mean to pause real quick. Just want to go back.
No, go ahead.
And this is prime. Y'all did beat us. You think you guys? This went to OT. You guys won 31-28. I'm gonna back up though. This is while Dak was still throwing picks. He threw 3 tutties, 2 interceptions.
Hold on, you cut out. You have to repeat. You cut out for me. Sorry, you have to repeat that.
Fuck you.
I promise you. I swear to you, I didn't hear anything.
Went to OT. I'm pretty sure.
Is that Aaron Jones' 4 touchdown game?
No, he had 1. Shut up.
Okay.
Yo, he fucking carried the ball 24 goddamn times, bro.
Yeah. Ran all over your bitch ass. Yep.
24 carries is crazy.
Anyways, continue.
Carried like 22 times too, though, so 115 yards. CeeDee Lamb had 11 catches, put up 150, and had 2 tutties. It don't matter who's in front of him.
Wait, did you win that game though?
I cannot wait till next week. I'm just saying. I'm not worried.
No. I'm just asking, did you win that game? That's all I'm saying. Oh, okay. All right. Anyways.
Oh man, next week I'm gonna fucking be throwing confetti up in this bitch.
Oh, buddy. Hey, I just have to say, and it's fair game for me too. You're at the game, so when your Snapchat's getting blown up of our group chat, when the Cowboys are getting fucking whooped, I don't want to hear you being a little bitch about it and saying,
I'm gonna fucking post my Snapchat story of me fucking chugging a beer while fucking CD's running a fucking 80-yard bombshell in the end zone.
But you're gonna need to chug a lot of beer, dude.
Yeah. You might need to chug quite a bit of beer if you're gonna get through that game.
Now it's gonna be celebratory.
Hey, you picked the fucking Cowboys, bitch ass.
I did. I normally don't, but I think they're gonna win on some bullshit. They always do.
Good pod though, boys.
I picked the Packers, and I would just had a game up on all of you right there.
But you're so far behind, it don't even matter. You could have get all
playoffs. Playoffs is a new chapter for me.
No, it continues.
For me, I'm keeping track of playoffs. This is when it matters.
All right. Hey, we'll keep it separate.
I have all the stats, baby.
We'll do both. Yeah, we'll do it. Obviously, we have a 3-way tie, so we have to keep going. Yeah, but we'll keep separate playoffs.
We'll see who's killing it during the playoffs. Yeah.
Yeah. When it matters most.
Anything else you guys have to add?
Nah, it's a good week, boys. I'm excited. Playoffs are here.
Playoff time.
It's almost over. But like we talked about in the beginning, there's a lot of fun shit going on, man. Between the 7 to 8, 10 quarterbacks that coming in the draft.
And then next week when some of our teams are.
And all the coaches. Yeah, next week we might not have a couple of we might not have anybody in here. We might not have anybody in the playoffs.
No, we definitely will have one because the Cowboys are Packers. So, I mean, it's guaranteed at least one.
Yeah, I know. That's what sucks. It sucks that they're playing each other because there's no way that all of our teams can still stay in. Someone's got to go back.
It's kind of miraculous that they're all 4 in, to be honest.
No, I think it's crazy. I think it's awesome.
Especially with Cam and I's years. I mean,
both prove it years, though, for you guys, and you did. You proved it. I mean, Texans, Packers, great year. I mean,
we're probably the winningest podcast in podcast sports right now. So
I agree.
It's funny because it's funny. Just real quick, I listen to a lot of Pardon My Take for the Barstool guys, Big Cat, PMT, and all that. PFT.
Nice.
They have their fans are Big Cat's a Bears fan. PFT is a Washington Commanders fan. They have a Jets fan and a Patriots fan. So they're the losingest podcast. I mean, their team, they have the best draft in all of podcasts with those
like
4.
top 5.
Yeah, all of them. Yeah. So, anyways, but yeah, good pod, boys. Excited for this weekend, and we'll have an exciting episode next weekend when the Packers win.
Good luck to you all.
Good luck. Later.